How's it going, everybody? Good to see you all. What's up, everybody? Good to see you all. Hey, Peely. Hey, David, Gary, Charles from New Zealand. That's awesome, man. I hope to make it to New Zealand one day. Hey, Jim from Paris. Wow, Stuart from the UK. Greg from Indianapolis. We got folks from all over the world. Thanks, Man Cobley, old folks. Yeah, I love playing that one. Yeah, hope everybody's doing great. Hey, Steve out in Minneapolis. Gordon, great to see you. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. So, yeah, a couple things we're going to mess around with today. First off, one quick question. How does it sound to you guys if I do this? I've been, the piano's a little bit out of tune these days, so I put on the practice pedal sometimes, which kind of helps the sound. And some of my students who I teach actually think it sounds better with the practice pedal on as opposed to this. I'm guessing the non-practice pedal version is what you guys would prefer, but yeah, I'm just kind of curious if the muted one still comes through. Yeah, no brightness, exactly, yeah. But I don't know, there's something I kind of like about that muted sound. It can be kind of cool. It's got some nice bass line, actually. It works well for the bass lines because it's not quite as bright. But anyway, we'll stick with the standard for now. The other thing we're going to mess with today is, and this is something I do sometimes when I'm performing or when I practice, yeah, it's something where, sometimes when we play, there's different ways we can kind of think about things, right? So sometimes it's helpful to me, at least when I play, I try to think of hearing everything that I'm playing as if I was in the audience, as if I was an audience member hearing it from outside. So rather than kind of being in my head about what I'm playing, I try to step back a little bit and just hear everything as if I was an audience member listening to someone else play it. And it leads to some interesting stuff. So we're going to sort of dedicate today to that, to playing with that kind of sort of theology in mind, or whatever you want to call it. And let's see what happens. I love the East, I love the West, the North and South, they're both the best. But I'd only go there as a guest, 'cause I love being here with you. I love the sea, I love the shore, I love the rocks, and what is more, with you there'll never be a bore, 'cause I love being here with you. Singing in the shower, laughing by the hour, life is such a breezy game. I love all kinds of weather, as long as we're together. I love to hear you say my name. I love good wine and fine cuisine, candlelight, I dig the scene. And baby, you know what I mean, 'cause I love being here with you. I love the East, I love the West, I love the North and South, they're both the best. But I'd only go there as a guest, 'cause I love being here with you. I love the sea, I love the shore, I love the rocks, and what is more, with you there'll never be a bore, 'cause I love being here with you. Singing in the shower, laughing by the hour, life is such a breezy game. I love all kinds of weather, as long as we're together. Love to hear you say my name. I love good wine and fine cuisine. I love candlelight, I dig the scene. And baby, you know what I mean, 'cause I love being here with you. Yes, I love being here with you. Yes, I love being here with you. Love being here with you. Nice to be here with you guys. Let's see. Matthew asks, how often do I incorporate keyboards into my playing? You know, sometimes, mostly just when I have to go do a gig that doesn't have a piano or an organ. I've got my Nord keyboard that I bring out. But, you know, I try to play the real deal as often as I can. But the realities of being a working musician, sometimes you got to bring a keyboard. But as far as like putting in synth sounds or stuff like that, I pretty much never do that. Yeah, Maine Cobley, I do know that tune. I sing that one from time to time, actually. Why Try to Change Me Now? Gorgeous tune. I heard my buddy Johnny O'Neill do it once upon a time, and it stuck with me. So let's see, I had a couple requests actually, from people who wrote in and dropped a tip in the tip jar in advance. That's really the way to get your request on the docket, is write me a couple days before with a little tip, and then you'll probably get your request. And so let's say we had Autumn Leaves, I think, for Gary, and then some Cheek to Cheek for Greg. So let's see if we can get those guys in there. Autumn Leaves, thanks for that request, Gary. That's a great one. Always a pleasure to play. And yeah, like I was saying earlier, that sort of weird mindset of listening as if it's almost someone else playing, or sort of listening like I was a passive member of the audience, always leads to some interesting stuff. You know, it's if I sort of stay within my own head, I tend to play the same things, but I come up with new ideas when I kind of step back and let go a little bit, which is always, it's always the thing in jazz, right? Is searching for that little bit of something new, something a little bit extra creative, but hopefully still sounding good. So, great request. Let's see, here's another one that's been on my head these days, in my head. You may not be an angel, 'cause angels are so few, but until the day that one comes along, I'll string along with you. I'm looking for an angel to sing my love song to. And until the day that one comes along, I'll string got 3 or 4. The human little faults you do have just make me love you more. You may not be an angel, but still I'm sure you'll do. So until the day that one comes along, I'll string along with you. For every little fault that you have, say I've got 3 or 4. The human little faults you do have just make me love you more. You may not be an angel, but still I'm sure you'll do. So until the day that one comes along, I'll string along with you. I'll string along with you. All right, I'll string along with you. Nice, beautiful old ballad. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Good to see you all. Hope everything's well. As usual, I've got tip jar links in the video description, in the comments, or on my website, benpaterson.com. Many, many thanks to all of you who dropped a little tip in the tip jar. Appreciate it. Hey, Tita Germ, nice to see you. It's been a while. Hey, Earl from La Quinta. Meshach Samuel, thanks very much. Charles, appreciate it. I don't know who did the original of that. If anybody knows, write it in the comments. But let's see, I had another request. This one's for Greg. Let's see. Switch the key.
Cheek to Cheek, little Irving Berlin. That's for you, Greg. Nice request. It's tough to play those up-tempo tunes like that solo piano, especially when there's that many changes. That tune doesn't have like anything super crazy harmonically in it, but the changes just move around quite a bit, so always a bit of a challenge. Hey, Jake, what's up, man? Jake Vinsel in the house. I didn't see you there. One of the great bass players in Chicago and a good buddy. I miss playing with you, man, if you're still here. Matthew, I could maybe try Lucky Southern, although to be honest, that's kind of a tough one to do solo piano. I kind of need the rhythm, I need the rhythm section for that to give it its full effect. If this life is driving you to drink, you're sitting around wondering just what to think. Well, I've got some consolation. I'll give it to you if I might. Well, I don't worry about a thing, 'cause I know nothing's gonna be alright. This world is one big trouble spot, 'cause some have plenty and some have not. You know, I used to be trouble, but I finally saw the light. Now I don't worry about a thing, 'cause I know nothing's gonna be alright. Don't waste your time trying to be a go-getter. Things will get worse before they get any better. You know there's always somebody playing with dynamite. But I don't worry about a thing, 'cause I know nothing's gonna be alright.
hard time trying to be a go-getter. Things will get worse before they get any better. You know there's always somebody playing with dynamite. That's why I don't worry about a thing, 'cause I know nothing's gonna be alright. Yes, I know nothing's gonna be alright. Alright, some old Mose Allison for you guys. Yeah, Gary, that's another one I do. Your Mind is on Vacation, another favorite of mine for sure. And yeah, Tim went from swing into straight for 8 bars. I didn't even notice. That's the thing, is when I do that weird trick where I listen as if it's like someone else, I start to just do kind of unplanned stuff like that. That's where usually the more interesting ideas come out. But it's tricky because you have to give up control a little bit, right? I have to depart from the things I know are going to sound good and sort of open it up and see what happens. But usually comes out okay. Ooh, Mike, I don't know that one. If I had to choose one day, maybe I've heard that once upon a time. All right, let's see. Let's get another one in here. Stella, it's really hard not to just try to do Barry Harris ideas all over the place. I don't know how familiar you guys are with Barry Harris, but all this kind of diminished chordal movement stuff. It's all Barry Harris. Car horns in the street not included. Classic. Stella by Starlight, one of the greatest tunes in the entire jazz canon for sure. That's one of those tunes that you could play the rest of your life and always find new stuff in. Check out there's some Barry Harris videos where he kind of uses that tune to explain some of his stuff. Suzanne, you say you're working on the Barry Harris workbooks. I don't think I'm familiar with those actually. What are the Barry Harris workbooks? And do I need to get them? He's from what people tell me, he's still teaching. Actually, he's in his 90s now, but from what people tell me, he's still teaching on Zoom. He used to do a workshop every week in New York where for hours, he would have vocalists come through, instrumentalists come through, pianists come through, and he would patiently teach everybody. It's pretty amazing. And now his health isn't so great. There's COVID, obviously, but from what I can hear, he's still teaching on Zoom. Suzanne, that's really interesting. Who's explaining it? Is it Barry himself explaining it, or is it someone else kind of demonstrating the concept? I'd be very curious to see. Anybody? Thanks everybody for tuning in. Thanks for everybody who dropped a little tip in the tip jar. Helps me keep the music coming. The more I see you, the more I want you. Somehow this feeling just grows and grows. With every sigh I become more mad about you, more lost without you, and so it goes. Can you imagine how much I want you the more I see you? As years go by, I know the only one for me can only be you. My arms won't free you and my heart won't try. The more I see you, the more I want you. Somehow this feeling just grows and grows. With every sigh I become more mad about you, more lost without you, and so it goes. Can you imagine how much I want you the more I see you? As years go by, I know the only one for me can only be you. My arms won't free you and my heart won't try. the more I want you. Somehow this feeling just grows and grows. With every sigh I become more mad about you, more lost without you, and so it goes. Can you imagine how much I want you the more I see you? As years go by, I know the only one for me can only be you. My arms won't free you and my heart won't try. My arms won't free you. My arms won't free you. My arms won't free you and my heart won't try. All right. The more I see you. Hey Pascal, nice to see you, man. Things in New York are good. They're getting busier and busier each week. Just this week, actually, this week and last, and next week, I finally feel like things are getting back to normal. I'm playing, 4, 5, 6 nights a week. I'm out gigging and stuff. So New York is kind of almost finally back to its pre-COVID levels, which feels great. So hope you're doing well, Pascal. How's things over in Belgium, man? Dave, yeah, I know. Johnny sings that one all the time. He and I like to do that one together, actually. He's kind of the one who made me want to sing that. Johnny's one of my all-time heroes, for sure, the great Johnny O'Neill. Matthew asks, what's my advice for new jazz players with walking bass lines trying to play melodies? So the way to start the bass lines, for sure, is just start with the roots. Just keep it simple. Play the roots on the downbeats, and if you can make that feel good, then you start to mix in new stuff, right? So if I just play the roots of the chords on the downbeats, either with soloing or with the melody. Right? Oscar Peterson used to do this a lot. So that's the first step. Until you can do that, don't worry much about the rest of your bass lines. The first step is to just play the roots, make it feel good. Then you can start adding little notes in between. Right? A kind of a two feel. Start kind of connecting it a little bit more, and then gradually connect it more and more until you're actually playing every beat. But start with the two feel, start with the roots on the downbeats, make that feel good first, make it feel super swinging, super solid, then move from there into connecting your bass lines. That's kind of the best advice I can give. And then play a bunch of gigs where they don't have a bass player and you have to play bass as the keyboard player. That's really how I kind of learned when I was back in Chicago. I ended up doing a lot of gigs where they just didn't quite have the budget to hire a bass player, so just kind of had to be me, and I just kind of had to figure it out, But it's all about making it feel good. Don't worry too much about the notes. Worry later if you want to try to make some super fancy bass line, but to start, just start with chord tones, with roots. Keep your bass line. From my experience, people care way, way more about if your bass line feels good than whether your bass line is playing some kind of fancy line or doing a bunch of interesting stuff, right? Like, make it feel good first. That's by far the most important thing if you're playing the job of the bass player. So, all right, let's see. We haven't done a Latin tune yet. We got to do something. Too. Let's see. That rainy day. Another nice classic. Felt like doing that one as a bit of a bossa. So, all right, everybody. Got one more tune for you guys, and then I'm going to call it a day. But thanks for tuning in. Nice to be back doing these live streams. I won't be here next week. I've got a fancy wedding gig I'm doing, which will keep me busy for most of the day. But yeah, I hope you guys are having a great month with the holidays coming up. I'll be in Chicago in December, doing a couple gigs at Winter's Jazz Club, so come on out for that if you're in the Chicago area. Also, if you guys are looking for Christmas gifts, I do have a Christmas CD with my piano trio. You can find it online or message me, and I can send you guys out a physical copy if you like. It's called I'll Be Thanking Santa. It's Christmas time, you know? Almost here. It's a little early for Christmas music now, but if you order it, then you'll have it in time when it is time to play Christmas music. So, hey, John, what's up, man? Yeah, come on by. Dude, John, come on by. I'll be there at Winter's with my organ trio December 17th and 18th, I think it is. Got flutist and Andy Brown, so come on by and hang out, man. It'd be good to see you. Thanks to everyone who dropped a little tip in the tip jar. Really, really appreciate it. Again, you can find the tip jar links in the video description, in the comments, or at my website, benpaterson.com. So thanks, everybody. Let's see, what are we going to close with here? I don't believe in fretting or scheming. Why mess around with strife? Hey, Thomas, good to see you. I never was cut out to step or strut out. Give me the simple life. Some find it pleasant, dining on pheasant. Those things roll off my knife. Just serve me tomatoes and mashed potatoes. Give me the simple life. A cottage small is all I'm after, not one that's spacious and wide. A house that's filled with joy and laughter, and the ones you love inside. Some like the high road, I like the low road, free from the cares and strife. Sounds corny and cheesy, but yes indeedy. Give me the simple life. cottage small is all I'm after, not one that's spacious and wide. A house that's filled with joy and laughter, and the ones you love inside. Some like the high road, I like the low road, free from the cares and strife. Sounds corny and cheesy, but yes indeedy, give me the simple life. Give me the simple life. All right, everybody, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Great to see you all. Stay healthy, stay safe, and hope to see you again next time. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.